SSSniperWolf versus Jacksfilms versus the world. It's the battle that's been raging on the internet. You've probably heard about it. But what's it all about? How did it begin? And most importantly, who's in the wrong? That's what we're going to explain for you today on Scroll Deep, the show that keeps up with internet nonsense so you don't have to. You got better things to do. I don't blame you. So let's get into it. Jacksfilms, you probably know him. He's a veteran YouTube creator. He's been on YouTube for many years, I think since the early 70s, and he's created a great many videos. I'm a big fan of Jack. I will admit my bias early on in the show. And he's been on a bit of a crusade lately against React YouTubers, partly because he thinks they're really annoying and they leech off other people, but also because he himself is a repeated victim of having his content stolen. In fact, in one recent video, he talks about how one of his videos has been taken and re-uploaded so many times, it's actually accrued over 60 million views on other people's accounts, which he estimates is equivalent to about $100,000 of YouTube revenue. So when people steal videos and you're like, oh, it's not a big deal, they're not hurting anybody, he's literally had $100,000 basically stolen from him. He's called out people like Jason Derulo, bizarrely, who apparently now just does super lazy React videos where it's like the full video and then he's just like in the corner, barely reacting, you know? Because there's reacting videos where you use the initial video as like a jumping off point for an original thought, you know? That's a reaction. But this is Jason Derulo literally just green screening himself into the smallest possible corner and just kind of going like, wow. And Jack also worked out that Jason reuses these green screens. So he's not even in the record, he's just got a team who just inserts him into the corner of other people's videos, which I'm sure we can agree is the lowest form of content. It's known as freebooting. And then in the case of some creators like SSSniperWolf, they're just playing people's entire videos without permission or credit. So who is this Sniper Wolf and how sharp are their claws? Well, SSSniperWolf has over 30 million subscribers. Don't know what SSSniperWolf means as a name. I don't know if it's meant to be like a ship, like the SSSniperWolf. Either way, it's this lady. She gets millions of views every day and churns out content. And you think, wow, a person must be a real creative genius to be able to come up with brand new videos every single day. How do they do that? And it's because she just takes other people's videos and goes, wow, in front of them. And that's her whole channel. And she has become kind of the focus of Jack's ire with React YouTubers because she's reacted to some of his stuff and also because he thinks she's just sort of the epitome of just uncreative React content. Especially because he reached out to some of the people that she featured on her channel and none of them had ever given her permission to share the stuff and none of them had ever been credited or linked to. Also kind of confounding the issue is YouTube itself. You know, YouTube has these accounts like @YouTube creators where they just kind of tweet random unrelated anodyne stuff. And this year they tweeted, quote, "Where does SniperWolf get her video ideas? From fans." That's what she said in her YouTube keynote. And Jack said that this tweet broke his brain because that's not where she gets her video ideas. She gets her video ideas from the people whose videos she takes. Anyway, Jack was going on so much about SniperWolf and making so many videos about her that eventually she had to respond. And back in June, she tweeted, quote, "Where?" Doing an impression of him. "Where? I can't stand that a female YouTuber is getting more views than me, even though I make the same content. Grr, life is hard." For context, Jacksfilms made another channel where he copied my content for a few months, thinking it would blow up and get millions of views. It didn't. Now he's mad. Now she's referencing a parody channel he set up where he did reactions to her reactions, like deliberately really dumb reactions to her reactions. And I don't think he was planning on making that like a new career for him. I think that was just like probably the most bitter thing anyone's ever done. I think he just did that as almost like performance art. She went on to say, "Also, I hate bringing gender into this, but no one ever attacks the male React channels," which I'm sorry is not true, okay? Jack is an equal opportunity hater. He has called out male React people tons of times. Remember the Fine Brothers? Everyone was mad at the Fine Brothers. They weren't so fine, let's be honest. You could say he is somewhat fixated on her, but I don't think it's to do with gender. Jack has always called out all kinds of React channels. Then things took a dark turn this month when Jack tweeted, "SSSniperWolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off your platform." She posted an Instagram story right outside our home and deleted it. So basically, it's true. She posted an Instagram story where she said, quote, "Should I go visit Jacksfilms? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot." And then she posted a video of the outside of his house to her over 5 million Instagram followers, that's doxing. Doxing is when you reveal sensitive personal information about a person person on purpose, maliciously on the internet, like someone's address or their phone number. It's an incredibly dangerous thing to do, especially when you have 5 million people following you. No matter how mad you may be at a fellow creator or a person in general, that is such a dangerous thing to do. And I believe it is illegal. It might be a state-by-state thing in the US, but I'm pretty sure it is illegal. Jack posted a video response where he said he and his family were shaken by this and asked YouTube once again to deplatform her. This week, fellow streamer Pokimane has waded into the whole thing, tweeted, quote, "I'm vehemently against doxing, especially as someone who has been doxed, swatted, and stalked for years." Swatting is an equally insane thing where people call the bomb squad or call the SWAT team on a creator and then they storm their house with guns. It's so dangerous. "This comparison is unnecessary and I don't want to be part of your, quote, women can get away with anything agenda. I sincerely hope that @YouTube helped Jack." So that's what Pokimane is saying. What is YouTube saying? Obviously everyone is calling out to YouTube saying, deplatform SSSniperWolf. What's YouTube saying? Well, this week YouTube tweeted, "Would it be too meta to do a reaction video to a reaction video?" Which is obviously, in their defense, this is obviously just some pre-prepared tweet decked thing that they just kind of came up with months ago. Like, I'm pretty sure the YouTube account has just got like pre-written generic tweets that just go out, but probably the most tone deaf thing they could tweet at the moment. And there's a community note on it, which is cool. I love community notes, by the way. It's the one good feature on X, which, by the way, Elon did not come up with community notes. I keep seeing people crediting him with that. They were already on Twitter before Elon bought it. The only good thing he's done is not get rid of it like he has with every other good feature. Anyway, the community note on it, everyone's calling them out. It's just a truly wild thing for YouTube to tweet. But it doesn't look like YouTube is going to deplatform SSSniperWolf. She's good for business. I think she's going to stay, and I think that kind of React content, unfortunately, is here to stay until maybe eventually these things kind of fade and die. It's like how everyone was annoyed at prank videos and then they kind of faded and died. So maybe things will change. But for now, it seems that the Jack versus SSSniperWolf rivalry is going to continue. And also, to be clear, they're not tweeting at YouTube just because they don't like SSniperWolf. It's also expressly against the YouTube terms of service to dox someone. You're specifically not supposed to do that. That would get you kicked off the platform. In fact, someone messaged YouTube and said, "Hey, hypothetically, if I were to turn up at someone's house and film their house and basically described exactly what she did, and what would happen?" And YouTube replied and was like, "That would be against our terms of service and you would be punished for it." And so everyone was like, "See, don't you see? But that's what she did do. Do you see?" And yet, no action from YouTube. But what do you think? Do you think SSSniperWolf is innocent in all this? Do you think she's perhaps the greatest creator we've ever had? Do you think Jack is unfairly singling her out compared to other React YouTubers? Do you think she should be kicked off the platform? Let us know what you think in the comments down below here on Scroll Deep. And of course, if you have any ideas for other things you'd like us to cover on Scroll Deep, comment that as well. Now, the rest of the video will be the exact same video you've already watched, but I'm gonna put a small green screen version of myself in the corner, just going, and eating like a bag of chips, like, so you can enjoy that. Till next time, I'll leave you with the famous catchphrase of Scroll Deep. This has been SS Scroll Deep. Is that funny? Is that something? Is that content? Cool.